Honestly, I had no idea that they made a sequel. What's up, fellow cinephiles? This is Dominic from Film Overload, the channel where we talk about movies, pop culture, and everything in between. And today I have another movie review, and this is not a movie that I saw in my local movie theater. Simply, I watched this on Netflix, and it is the sequel to the 2020 action film Extraction, and that is indeed Extraction 2. Now, I can very much remember when the first Extraction movie came out. It was right during the heart of COVID, and it was one of those movies that you just kind of had to watch in the comfort of your homes, as we all did at that time. And I remember really enjoying the first Extraction movie. It wasn't great by any means, but it was a solid film. And once again, I had no idea that they made a sequel to this movie, so I got to check it out finally, and I have to say, I'm pretty impressed. Now, I went into this movie expecting a kind of a cheesy action film like Hollywood produces nowadays, but that simply really was not the case. I really did actually enjoy this film a lot, and it really had a lot of interesting things going for it. The fact that it was a sequel also, I was very much impressed by, because sequels most of the time do not work out. That is, if you're Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, or Back to the Future. The film follows Chris Hemsworth, aka Tyler Rake, as he finally wakes up from what happened to him in the previous film, and he is tasked to help a family who is being held captive. I really thought that this was actually a very inventive way to continue the Extraction story, is linking the first one directly to the second one. I really did enjoy the story. There's a lot more depth to the story than I thought there was going to be. Most action films, it's just, okay, here's a story beat and let's just get to kicking butt for 90 minutes or so. But this movie actually really tried to have a multi-layered story, which I do appreciate. There was a couple of hiccups here and there I thought that maybe they could have fixed through the writing process, but overall the story was actually very solid. And again, I don't want to get too much into spoilers because I really want you guys to take a look at this film if you indeed have access to it. Now, I'm really going to miss Chris Hemsworth and his acting style. I really do understand, though, why he's leaving, because that's a very serious health issue and health concern. But I just really love his acting style. My very first experience with him was through the 2011 film Thor, and ever since then, I just really enjoy his style. And in these Extraction movies, I feel the same way. He just carries a style and a swagger and a charisma that not a lot of actors have nowadays, and I really just enjoyed him playing Tyler Rake. I really thought that he delivered a really solid performance, honestly, for an action film. And again, through that multi-layered story, they really tap into who Tyler is as a character. And Chris really knocked it out of the park and gave this movie the punch that it did. As far as supporting characters go, I really enjoyed them. Usually in action films, supporting characters get pushed to the side for the sake of showing the main character just completely kicking butt for 90 minutes, but in this movie, the supporting characters play a big role as well. Some of them have some really big parts to add to the plot. Some are just there to be like a plot device that pushes the overall story forward. Some are very big interactions with Tyler Rake's character. All of the supporting characters in this movie really helped push the plot forward, and that is really the main job of supporting characters. And through them, in collaboration with Chris Hemsworth playing Tyler Rake, they really added to this film, and once again, like Chris Hemsworth, really gave this movie an extra boost. And not gonna lie, for a 2-hour film, it does not feel like 2 hours. In fact, it feels more like 60 minutes. For me, at least. I don't know about you guys, but for me, at least, this film really moved by quite fast for a 2-hour film. I think it's just because the way everything just constantly is moving, you have no idea how far you are into the film because everything is just so intense and so gripping. So the pacing really was actually really good. And now for the highlight of the film, and probably the reason why you're all here and why you clicked on the video. Is the action good? I can say Yes, the action in this movie is very, very good. Is it John Wick level? I would not say so, but it's really, really good. The fight scenes and the choreography of the fight scenes was just done so well, and it really made for some great and entertaining scenes, which also really gave this movie a boost as well. The fight sequences are just really good to watch, and they really put you on the edge of your seat. Overall, Extraction 2 is a very solid sequel. Is it better than the first one? I would say yes, but slightly. Not by much, but slightly. A very solid follow-up to the first one with a really good story, some great character work in my opinion, and some really solid action. Netflix delivers a very solid sequel here, and one that I would recommend if you indeed have access to it. So that's it. And guys, if you liked this review and want to keep seeing content like this, like Tyler Rake, punch through that like button. Also, hit subscribe while you're at it and turn on the post notifications so that you guys can get notified every single time I post a video. You can follow me on Letterboxd, which is right here. I post all of my movie reviews on Letterboxd as it helps me keep track of movies that I have watched, movies that I haven't watched, and movies that I will watch. And I think you guys would benefit greatly from this app and this website if you are indeed lovers of cinema like myself. As always, guys, happy movie watching. Take care.